Happy Friday, May 22nd. Welcome to another exciting edition of Rate Desk. I'm your host, Michael Thomas, here to talk about multifamily interest rates and other news. First, happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody has a good Memorial Day weekend. Jumping to the markets, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed a little bit on the down note in the red today. Both the S&P 500 and NASDAQ were up. Crude oil staying in the $33 barrel range. That's good to see. Jumping over to the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield, 66 basis points, 0.66, so down a little bit from yesterday. No changes at all really to the permanent fixed rates. FHA rates, 223F, still at the amazingly low 252 fixed for 35 years. And the 221D4, 3.11, very, very low, fixed for 40 years. Jumping over to the agencies, both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are flat as a pancake, 320 on the 10-year for both of those loan programs. Now, in other news, a couple things I want to talk about. One, I want to come back to the historic tax credit stuff. I did talk to my client today, and he's going to confer internally and review this new Federal Register guidance regarding historic tax credits. So, more on that next week. But jumping into some other stuff. Bridge loans, I want to bring those up again. So in this market, if you find an opportunity to acquire an asset and you want to get a bridge loan, okay, the business plan that is required to get the bridge loan, the most helpful thing you can do is put together what you're going to do when you acquire the property. I'm talking about the CapEx, and I'm talking about line items, not just we're going to spend $5,000 a door. What are you going to do specifically? It doesn't have to be drilled down to the GC level, but it's helpful to have those line items and the scope of work so that the lender knows you've given it the thought and these are the things that you think are going to add the most value. 2, talk about your timeline of executing the scope of repair. That's very important because that affects the thing that every bridge lender is wondering and wants to know, and that is, when are you going to take me out? Because they are a bridge lender for a reason. They don't want to be the perm lender. So have your timeline tight, have your scope of work, some detail to it, and then anything else that you want to throw into the business plan regarding why are you buying in this area. If you have some comparables, if you have some management plays that you're making or improvements that you're making, include all of that information. Your broker, your mortgage banker, your lender should be able to help you put that together into a package and then share that with bridge lenders. Very important stuff to, especially in this market, have put more critical thought into your requests. We all know why. Speaking to this bridge lender, I was asking him if laundry in common areas or other common areas are an issue of concern. His response was, everything's a concern, right? So the more information you can put in there, particularly if there's anything related to COVID as far as mitigation efforts, cases, move-outs, vacancy reports, all of that stuff would be just great information for a bridge lender. And remember, a bridge lender's primary source of repayment is the exit. Talk to your perm lender first. Don't go shopping for a bridge unless you got a perm lender. In fact, for my clients, I do the bridge shopping because I've done the perm analysis, so they know that. So anyway, those are a couple things to think about. Nothing too major, heavy otherwise has come out today from HUD. We're still kind of trucking along with the new normal in terms of applications and inspections. I will give you any updates as they come along in that frontier, but I wish you all again a happy weekend. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another edition of Rate Desk. I'm your host, Michael Thomas, signing off.